Alec Loon, an American hiker, went on a solo hike in Norway but didn't return. Fortunately, after 6 days missing, he was found alive on a glacier. Rescue teams had struggled to locate him due to rough terrain and poor visibility, but the Red Cross finally spotted him, exhausted, weak, but alive. When they reached him, Alec was in total distress, barely able to stand. His survival after 6 days in freezing conditions shocked everyone. It was a rescue that seemed almost impossible until it happened. A young man went snowboarding alone on a quiet mountain. While gliding through the trees, he suddenly noticed something strange. A woman standing completely still in the woods. Startled, he stopped and turned back, but she was gone. The spot where she had been was empty, not a single footprint in the snow. Later, he shared the video online, but no one could explain who or what he really saw that day. Some men were hiking in the middle of nowhere when they stumbled upon a strange hole in the ground. Curious, they decided to climb down and see where it led. What they found was shocking. A vast underground tunnel system, with walls covered in strange symbols and faded artwork. Deeper inside, they discovered a chilling room filled with eerie statues, and an inverted cross. A symbol often linked to dark rituals and satanic activity. What really happened in those tunnels remains a mystery to this day. A group of explorers from Pakistan set out to investigate an abandoned village. While exploring one of the homes, they noticed a dark figure on a rooftop. Zooming in, they realized it was a small child, no older than 5 or 6, standing silently in the dark, watching them. As they moved closer, trying to see where his parents were, another child appeared in a nearby building, staring with the same cold, almost inhuman gaze. Moments later, more strange children began to appear, one after another, surrounding the explorers from all sides. It felt like they were being driven out.
कौन है तुम? कौन हो? यार यहाँ पे बच्चा करेंगे क्या यार?
Then, one of the children picked up a brick and hurled it straight at the cameraman's back. Panicked, the team ran for their lives, leaving the village as fast as they could. What happened after that remains unknown. Who those children were and why they were living in an abandoned village is also still a mystery. Pixie Paranormal, a psychic medium, went out one night to investigate in Sussex, England. It was quiet at first until she heard this.
Got a load of kids running around in here. Can you hear them all?
That's a big ass dog.
That's a girl crying. Can you hear that, guys? Hang on. Turn the lights off for a minute, people. Turn these lights off. Turn these lights off. Hang on a minute, guys. We've got to turn these lights off. Turn the lights off. Turn that light off. Turn it off. Shh. Shh. Just sit down. It is a girl.
They decided to leave and head home, but not long after, strange things started happening inside her house. One day she heard a faint sound and began recording.
Go up here. Look at my nose.
No,
My mirror's cracking by itself.
What's happening? Wait, stop.
Harry, my mirror is cracking by itself.
It's cracked twice so far. Why is it cracking by itself?
I have no fucking idea.
There's two bees.
Some viewers even claimed to see a face appear in the mirror. Now she wonders, did something follow her home that night? These guys went fishing in the forest when they made a very confusing discovery. They decided to take a closer look.
We're behind the shooting range and we're like back in the middle of nowhere. And there's like fucking lights and shit up here. And the trees, like, what the hell? Alright, be quiet. We're going up here. We're going to check it out. Dude, this is the trippiest footage.
It was bizarre, right in the middle of the woods. It felt creepy, maybe even a little cult-like. It was probably just some secret rave, but with the lights still on and no one around, it felt extremely odd. A group was hiking deep in the woods at night, their only light coming from flashlights. Everything was quiet, until they felt like something was watching them. They shunned their lights and saw this. It didn't move like a person. Something about it felt off. Was it an animal, a dangerous one perhaps, or something far more sinister? They didn't stick around to find out. Whatever it was watching them. A Reddit user went kayaking one evening on a lake in North Idaho, far across the water. But soon he'd noticed some creepy statues and signs. He quickly took this photo. The user explained that the statue's eyes began glowing bright red as it got darker. They also noticed some people nearby, smiling and waving as if nothing was strange. The sign read Bible Camp, but this seemed far from any Bible camp. Outdoor Tom, Luke's son from the Outdoor Boys, and his dad spent 4 days camping and fishing on the Togiak River. On the third day, Tom walked to a spot, and this happened.
I was right next to him.
Yeah, he was coming around the corner. You see that? You scared him.
Why is he scared of me?
He saw you and he just came running upstream. Yeah, here, come here. I got a fish on.
Okay. No, when I saw him, he was staring right at me. He looked a little bit smaller, so he may have been younger.
Ooh.
Oh. I don't.
You want to come hang out with me instead of over there by the bear?
Yeah. Have you had stuff happen to you like that before?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we do not tell Mom. We do not tell Mom. Until once we get back.
A bear suddenly showed up right beside him. Tom ran back to his dad, shaking. His father stayed calm, and they continued their fishing. In 2012, Charles Taylor was hiking near the Norway-Sweden border. When he reached the 1,200-meter peak, he began filming the view. A remote lake, silent and still, with no signs of life. But as the camera panned across the water, something strange appeared.
How's the pace for you guys up front?
Dude, it just broke into two now.
Maybe it's two
Now it's
mating
gone.
snakes. Do they mate?
Yes, everything makes deer.
Well,
Nope, now it's started up again.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's ice.
Pretty sure ice doesn't move that quickly.
away from it now. What, everything mates? No. Snake sex.
No, I was wondering what snake sex looks like.
now. It's making like S turns. It's moving pretty quick. And then it disappears, and then reappears.
There's something swimming.
A bright shape, moving fast across the surface. Charles thought it might be ice, a boat, or maybe even an animal. But no boats could reach that lake, and whatever it was, it moved too quickly for ice, and too oddly for any known creature. Years later, no one knows what Charles really captured that day. A man took his dog for a weekend walk along a quiet forest trail in Thailand. Soon, dark clouds gathered and rain began to fall. He started running and recording, rushing to find shelter. But then, he saw this.
Morning, guys. Diyan. Kamala! Kamala!
A person dressed completely in black was walking right behind him. Didn't make sense. The path had been empty when he started, and he hadn't seen anyone the entire trail. Moments later, when he turned the camera forward and then back again, the person was gone. Was someone hiding among the trees waiting for him to pass, or had they been following him all along? Later, he spoke to a forest ranger at the trailhead. The ranger said no one else had entered the trail after him because of the rain, and he'd never seen anyone wearing those striking black clothes before. He said he would have remembered. So how was this possible? If no one else had entered, was it even a person or something else entirely? This black and white photo shows Barbara Kent and her friends cooling off in a river near Ruidoso, New Mexico, in the summer of 1945. At first, it looks like a carefree moment from a childhood summer camp, but behind the smiles, a tragic story was unfolding. On July 16, 1945, the world's first atomic bomb was detonated at the Trinity site, only 40 to 50 miles away. The blast lit up the pre-dawn sky and shook the girls awake in their bunks. Hours later, white flakes began falling across the mountains. Believing it was snow in July, the campers ran outside in their swimsuits, laughing as they caught the flakes on their tongues and smeared them across their faces. Barbara later remembered thinking the flakes were strange. They were hot instead of cold. Unbeknownst to them, they were playing in radioactive fallout. Officers blamed it on an ammunition explosion, saying there was no danger. No one was warned or evacuated. Of the 12 girls at the camp, Barbara Kent was the only one to survive into middle age. Most of her friends died young, many before 40. Kent herself had 4 different cancers over her lifetime. Her teacher and even her mother, who stayed nearby during the camp, also died from cancer. The photo of Barbara Kent and her friends, once a snapshot of joy, now stands as a haunting reminder of innocence lost. Children unknowingly playing in a radioactive snowstorm that shaped the rest of their lives. While exploring an old graveyard deep in the woods at night, a team discovered a hole that looked like an empty grave. But as they got closer, they realized it was much deeper. They kept exploring until they slowly turned their camera toward a lower floor. At first, nothing seemed strange, until a shape moved in the dark. They couldn't see it clearly and assumed it was an animal, so they kept filming. Later, they realized it wasn't an animal at all. It looked human, but not exactly. The team kept recording, but once the creature vanished, they did too. When they reviewed the footage later, it looked even scarier than they'd thought. Was it just a squatter or something else entirely, like the rake? Dan Ventures Outdoors usually posts calm camping videos, but this trip was different. He and his friend set up camp deep in the forest, shared a few beers, and settled in for the night. As silence filled the woods, Dan heard footsteps circling his tent and faint whistling in the dark.
I don't know if you can hear that. It sounds like someone or something walking around. Hello? Hello? I'm talking about. Just had a quick look. I'm not getting out. It might just be like an animal or something. Can't hear anything now. But it sounded like human footsteps.
He called out, but no one answered. His friend hadn't moved. Something was out there. Maybe an animal. Maybe not. Whatever it was, it turned a peaceful night into something that still haunts him. Two explorers were wandering through a forest in Turkey when they saw something eerie on the path. A dark figure crouched ahead, its face pale and its eyes glowing. It didn't move, it just stared at them. For a few long seconds, the forest went silent. Then the figure disappeared. Before they could process what happened, it appeared again a few steps away and let out a piercing screech. That was enough.
Maruti kabilesinin başı mısın? Allahu Ekber. Hikmet abi.
The men ran for their lives and luckily got out of the woods safely. No one knows what it was, but it's not something you'd ever want to meet in the woods. Crazy Kwai, a YouTuber from Nebraska, loved camping in the wild. But this time, he chose something different. An old farmhouse that had been empty since the 1980s. When he arrived, he explored the place, filming every dusty corner. Once done, he cleared a small space inside to camp for the night.
Hug. So, I think right here on the floor is going to be my best spot. It's like the cleanest spot of floor there is, right here. Sleeping in the basement. Well, gotta get my cot set up. I don't know about this, y'all. It's definitely gonna be a creepy night. So I've done a couple of stealth camp videos, but all of those have been in a vehicle. For the channel, this is my first stealth camp outside of a vehicle, and at least I believe so. Pretty sure. I have a feeling this is gonna be sketchy. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep tonight, but...
As darkness fell, strange sounds began echoing from upstairs.
There's something up there.
definitely something up there. Get! I can hear it walking around, whatever it is. Probably a raccoon. There's definitely something upstairs right now. I haven't even cooked dinner yet, and once I do dinner, I'll have to bag that up. Bag up my leftovers or my food bag. I'm gonna toss that outside as far as I can. Got our bear spray. I don't have to spray anything, but
Slow, heavy footsteps, pacing back and forth. Gathering his courage, Kwai grabbed his flashlight and went to check. When he reached the second floor, he found this.
there's a mouse. Stay away from me, dude. I don't need you. It's right there. I've probably been hearing that guy for a while. Just leave me alone, bud. We don't need to be friends tonight. I wish you the best, though. Yeah, I've definitely been hearing that guy moving around. What am I doing with my life? Alright, y'all, I think whatever was up there is finally left. There was definitely, it wasn't the trees, there's definitely something crawling around upstairs. Raccoon, possum, could have been a skunk, I don't know. What, more than likely a raccoon or something though, but it was just creepy how clunky it was.
With those footsteps, though, they were far too heavy for a mouse. So what or who was really up there that night? Could it really have been just a raccoon making all that noise? A group of friends once explored an old cemetery hidden deep in the woods. As they walked down the trail, they suddenly heard footsteps behind them. Startled, they turned, snapping a few photos into the darkness. Most came back empty, but one showed this. A faint, shadowy figure standing among the trees. Some say it was just shadows playing tricks on their eyes, but others believe something was truly there that night. While hiking, someone stumbled upon a strange shape in the sky. It looked like a person wearing a long robe, floating quietly above the ground. No one can tell what it really was, but that quiet, human-like figure drifting in the air left everyone with endless questions. Do you have any idea what it could be? YouTuber Pasha went exploring a deserted village deep in the forest, where locals said an old woman roamed at night. As he walked, he noticed wooden symbols hanging from trees, some tied with hair and string. Soon candy appeared scattered along the path. Following the candy, Pasha entered a house filled with the same dark symbols. He was just settling in when something happened. Someone was outside. He ran out, but no one was there. Pasha decided to leave the woods immediately, still unsure who or what had been with him that night. In Princess Anne, Maryland, there's a midnight ghost walk that doesn't allow children. The stories told there are dark and strange things often happen during the tours. One night, a guest named Bridget Perry took a photo in the graveyard of St. Andrew's Episcopal Church using her phone. At first, the screen looked completely black. But when she zoomed in, the image revealed something terrifying. What looked like a blurry figure hanging from a tree. She showed it to the tour guide, who was immediately horrified and ended the tour, saying it had become too dangerous. The area was already known for 2 old lynchings, and since then, other visitors have captured similarly eerie photos near the very same spot. A group of French Canadians went camping near an old cabin deep in the woods, but their peaceful trip quickly turned into something out of a nightmare. As night fell, the forest grew silent. Suddenly, their calm evening took a terrifying turn.
Ouais. Fait que ce fut c'est une super de belle soirée. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez, les amis?
Moi, je pense que le feu, il est réussi en esti, hein? Qu'est-ce que t'en penses? Il est réussi en tabarouette.
Un esti de beau feu.
Hey, t'avais-tu entendu ça?
Quoi?
Check, check.
Ah! Frank, pogne la flashlight! Vite, pogne la flashlight! Fuck, c'était quoi? C'est où?
Something peeked out from the cabin door. When they approached, it vanished. Moments later, it appeared again.
Shows them! Shows them! Oh shit! You!
They tried to follow, but whatever it was disappeared into the trees. Terrified, the group packed up and left before dawn. No one knows what they saw that night. Was it a person wandering around their campsite? And if so, what were their intentions? Or was something else out there? Something not quite human? YouTuber Sanj Key Angel was traveling through the Indian countryside when he filmed a strange sight. A figure dressed completely in white, its face hidden, crossed the road at night. It carried no lantern and showed no sign of hesitation, moving as if it knew the path in total darkness. The way it appeared and vanished left viewers wondering if it was even real. A hunter was deep in the forests of Ukraine when he heard this. A chilling roar echoed through the trees. For a few seconds, everything went silent, except for that haunting cry. But as the camera turned, the truth was revealed. Standing in the distance was a red deer, calling out during its mating season. Outdoor girl Sophie, a YouTuber from Denmark, spent a night alone in a wooden shelter. Her booked cabin was taken, so she chose another one instead. While cooking dinner, something strange caught her attention.
This ended up being quite a late dinner, but it was very good. 2 hot dogs. Now I'm full. Oh, I actually could have eaten one more, but 2 was enough. Now it's already dark, so I had to bring out my flashlight. And now the forest is starting to make a lot of sounds. I don't know what it is. As soon as it gets dark, all sounds just becomes a little bit scary. I have no idea if you can hear this on the camera, but there are these big like branches snapping or breaking in that direction. And now there's an airplane, so you probably can't hear it. But I'm just, yeah, I get a tiny bit scared whenever I hear that sound.
Beyond the trees, faint lights appeared and then returned again. They moved like someone was walking with a flashlight. She stayed awake until dawn, too afraid to leave. By morning she was safe, but she still wonders who, or what, was out there that night. Amoroso, a Brazilian explorer, was camping with his friend Adriel near a forest river. Around 3 a.m. he woke up to fish again. The forest was quiet until strange noises came from the dark.
Gente, tá fazendo E eu tô escutando bastante barulho também pra esses lados aqui, ó, Grelha. Tá. E onça adora ficar aqui, ó. Gente, onça adora isso aí, ó. Tá?
He pointed his flashlight toward the trees and saw something.
Lá pra cima, amor. Quer ir na estrada?
A pair of glowing eyes staring back.
É aquilo que eu sempre falo, a gente mora aqui no estado do Mato Grosso. Eu não preciso perder meu tempo pra ficar mentindo pra vocês. A minha mãe tava ali. Isso aqui foi esses dias, tá? Era de dia, à tarde. Escutou, amor?
The sound grew closer, as if something was circling them. They rushed back into the tent and stayed still until morning. No one knew what it was, but both were sure something had been watching them that night. Instagram user MajuSpace was on a multi-day hike to see a volcano in Chichicastenango, Guatemala. While camping nearby one night, he captured a breathtaking and eerie spectacle. Lightning flashed through the erupting volcano, a rare event called a dirty thunderstorm. This happens when particles in volcanic ash collide and create electrical charges. Similar scenes have been seen in Indonesia and were even described during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in ancient times. It was beautiful, but also a little unsettling to witness up close. YouTuber Hiking Dancer decided to push her limits with a solo camping trip deep in Florida's tropical forest, a trail she had tried before but never finished. Determined to give it another shot, she hiked for hours until she found a spot to camp, lit a small fire, and settled in for the night. But as darkness fell, the forest came alive.
I'm so tired, but I can't sleep. So many sounds. I guess that was a bunch of coyotes just living their best life. They were really close. And it's actually raining a little bit right now, so it's like 10:30, and I went to bed at like really early. Can't sleep. Lots of different sounds.
She stayed calm, listening through the rain, refusing to panic. By sunrise, the fear had faded, replaced by the peaceful sounds of birds and the warmth of morning light. During a morning walk, someone took a photo of a quiet field because the moon looked beautiful. Later, while checking the picture, they noticed what looked like an animal standing in the distance. Curious, they zoomed in to see what it might be. But something felt off. The shape didn't look right. They couldn't identify the animal. They shared it online, but no one knew what it could be. And soon, people started suggesting something paranormal. The next morning, they went back to check and finally discovered the truth. It was just a plastic bag tied to mark where a new fence would be built. Sometimes there actually is a logical explanation. A man from rural Birmingham, Alabama, went for his morning walk when he saw something strange crawling in his field. It was fat and slimy with a hammer-shaped head. He posted it to Reddit, and it turned out to be a hammerhead worm, toxic, invasive, and not native to the US. It should be handled carefully, because if you even cut one, each piece could grow into a new worm. The man reported it to the authorities and started keeping an eye on his land. But if one showed up here, how many more could be out there? A hiker, Sadie, was hiking alone when she took a selfie on the trail. When a few minutes later she checked the photo, she noticed something behind her. It's a figure shaped like a human, but not quite. She hurried down the trail, sensing danger, because she hadn't seen anyone else on the trail that day. What was stalking her? A person? Or something else? A woman living deep in the Pacific Northwest woke early one morning as the sun was just rising and spotted something strange near the woods outside her home. She zoomed in and saw what looked like someone in a classic witch costume, standing eerily among the trees. What freaked her out even more was how remote the area is. People in costumes don't just appear there. Then things got even stranger. An object nearby seemed to levitate, sending her into a panic, and the video cuts off shortly after. Was it a real witch after all? During the renovation of an old church turned into a home, workers dug up something strange from the graveyard. It looked like a small figure, made of clay and wire, aged and crumbling. The man who found it said his 2-year-old daughter loved playing with it. She claimed it spoke to her. People online warned him to bury it. Some said it was a pagan effigy, maybe a puppet, used long ago in rituals. Others said burning it would only set its spirit free. The man laughed, but many didn't. It was buried once for a reason. Matthew, the creator of This Is Life, often filmed his car camping trips across British Columbia. One night near Harrison Hot Springs, his peaceful getaway turned tense. After a calm evening of fishing and cooking, sharp gunshots broke the silence.
This guy shooting guns is a little sketchy. Sketchy. Blasted 4 or 5 every time. It's gone on like 7 or 8 times. We're relatively close. Oof. Oh God. And your doors don't lock?
Well, I like to close my windows.
Okay. I think we're gonna be good. I got an axe with me. Oh. Did you guys hear that?
At first, they were distant, but soon grew louder.
These gunshots are getting really sketchy. It almost sounds like they're getting closer to us. I'm actually a little worried. I'm a little scared right now. It's really loud. Now I hear really fast driving. Okay, I'm gonna get in my car. That is way too sketchy. Sounds like there's a car that just flew across the bridge, gun in it, with an exhaust of some sort. Whoa, my heart's beating. That's freaky.
Matthew locked his car and kept an axe close. Then he heard a car speed off.
Gunshots keep going off. I feel too sketched out to sleep. There's like cars. One shoe off. Slide in there. Other shoe can come off. Keep it down below. I do have window covers. Kind of feeling lazy. But like that. Those are my insulated window covers. Blackout. I think I get on this. Moving around this thing is like being Michelin Man.
He prepared for bed, but was too scared to actually sleep.
It's been a little sketchy night. Lots of gunshots on and off. I'm gonna trust that's gonna be all good. I'll lock the doors. I'm gonna get under the covers. I'm gonna head to bed.
When morning finally came, it felt like relief, but it definitely wasn't his favorite camping experience. A few summers ago, a man clicked some photos during a bonfire in the woods. Everything seemed normal that night, just friends, laughter, and the crackling fire. Later, when he looked through the pictures, something else caught his eye. In one photo, a faint figure dressed in white stood near the fire. A few seconds later, in the next shot, it was gone. As if a ghostly woman in a dress had just walked by. The images were only cropped to keep his kids out, but nothing else was edited. To this day, no one knows who or what that figure was. A group from the YouTube channel Hunting the Dead decided to use the Randonautica app, the one that sends users to random, often eerie locations. This time, it led them to a deserted road, where they discovered something creepy. A doll hidden beneath a rock. Curious, they took it with them and used a spirit box to ask if a spirit was attached.
Is there something evil or demonic attached to this doll, like my friend thinks? What? Is it yes?
Despite the warning signs, they still brought the doll home. Why would anyone bring a doll left deep in the forest home? A Reddit user was hiking somewhere in California when he captured a photo of something he couldn't explain. He shared it online, hoping someone could. The picture showed a tire perfectly stuck on top of a dead tree. Someone must have climbed up and placed it there, or maybe it fell from a helicopter or a firefighting plane. A few even guessed the tree might have grown around it over time. The post went viral, but no one ever found a clear explanation. Something so simple ended up becoming strangely mysterious. Years before Box became a famous YouTuber for his Omegle videos, he filmed a trip to St. Leonard's Forest, a place said to be haunted by a headless ghost. He and his friends first explored an old church surrounded by graves, then entered the forest around 2 a.m.
So sketchy. Just is. Just is. Like, we turn left, I'm assuming. So I'm guessing that's it down there.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, that's how you get in. That's the entrance. Fuck.
There's a parking spot.
Around here.
There's a car there.
There's a car there.
Is there actually?
Yeah.
Man, that's not good.
Shit. So that car that you saw was, we don't really know, but we're back in town, we're going to wait for a bit and then we're going to head back out.
When they arrived, they noticed a car nearby, which made them feel uneasy, so they decided to return an hour later. Around 2 a.m, they were back, and started their adventure. But soon, creepy sounds began.
That's not a dog. Just no houses around. It's a circle. It's like
shit, like a fire.
Yeah, they put something here, and then they'd all sit around in a circle. Nah, this is this is not what this. I do not feel comfortable. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm just not getting a good vibe from here at all. Whereas back there, I wasn't that bad, but right here in this place, we're getting to open space. This is like territory for like cults, and you know what I mean. Like, this is danger territory right here. Yeah, if someone's to set up a cult, it would be on like flat, open ground like this, right? I'm getting really hot and uncomfortable.
Then they saw this.
I don't know, I'm just out of breath. I don't like this.
Nah, fuck that. No. This isn't even a joke anymore, man. Get oh
shit. Oh, there's another car, there's another car there. Get the fuck in. There's another car, get in. Shit. Get in.
Something or someone seemed to peek from behind a tree. They ran to their car, only to find another one parked right beside it. Was someone messing with them, or was something else going on? A woman posted this clip on Reddit after her late night walk.
Or the sub for you is going to be more. Everything's going up, but our wages aren't going up. Because I'm still seeing wages pitiful on Indeed. Oh yay, I can make the same amount of money I made when I was out of high school.
A dark human-like shadow appeared near a fence. It moved slightly, then vanished as the camera turned. Viewers replayed it in slow motion, debating whether it was a person, a ghost, or just a shadow. Some claimed to see glowing eyes, while others blamed passing car lights. What do you think? While hiking deep in the woods, this person suddenly noticed something disturbing and quickly snapped a photo. Between the trees sat a strange figure. Its face looked skeletal and its body seemed to be made of branches and fur. No one knows what it was or where it came from. Could it have been part of some kind of ritual or something even darker? Late at night, a group was exploring the woods when they thought they saw an animal behind a pile of logs.
Come on, let's go. Hey, come on, let's go. Come on.
But it wasn't an animal. It looked like a woman, though not completely human. It's unknown if the group ever discovered what it was, or what happened next. While hiking at Shaver Lake, California, a Facebook user found a clump of hair about 15 to 20 feet up in a tree. It was in an odd spot, too high for most animals to reach. They had to use a truck and ladder to get it down. The area had burned in a recent wildfire, so it seemed possible the hair came from an animal escaping the fire, maybe even a Sasquatch. They sent a message to the Bigfoot Museum in Felton, but never received an reply. Eventually, they threw the hair away, though now it's something they wish they had kept for testing. A Reddit user was hanging out with some friends one night near an old, burned-down house across the street. They had been camping there, lighting a few small fires to stay warm, when suddenly, the friends started freaking out. They said they saw a figure watching them, standing near the street, before it ran off into the dark. The user didn't believe them, Not until they all went to the porch together. That's when the user felt it too, like something was staring right at them. When they looked toward the burned down house, they saw this. A figure standing still, watching. One of them quickly took a picture, and when the others saw it too, they all bolted. To this day, the user doesn't know what it was, only that whatever they saw that night didn't feel human. Wild Happiness is a Russian wildlife channel where the creator often explores the vast Siberian wilderness. During one of his trips, he decided to camp alone in the snow. He rode his snowmobile deep into the forest, set up his tent, and settled in for the night. For hours, everything was completely still, until he heard this.
Капец, реально волки, друзья. Во-во-во, прям вообще хорошо слышно. Да ну нафиг, я, короче, домой.
Realizing a pack of wolves was closing in, he quickly packed his gear, jumped on his snowmobile, and sped off. Josh from Springfield was walking around Peck's Cemetery in Decatur, Illinois, a place many locals believe is haunted. It was a rainy day, and no one else was around. He was completely alone. He took some photos. Later, when they were developed, something strange appeared in one photo. A faint, dark, human-like figure stood there. Josh swore there had been no one else nearby. Even creepier, the figure didn't look normal, not like any person. What did he capture? In 2017, a man was reviewing footage from his trail camera when he saw something terrifying. A deer stood in the frame, but its neck was unnaturally twisted. Some believe the photo was edited, saying the position was physically impossible, but others thought there was more to it, claiming the creature was caught mid-transformation. No one has ever confirmed whether the image was fake or real. A man was walking down a dark dirt road when he suddenly heard a scream echoing through the night. The sound came from deep within the woods. Curious and nervous, he followed it, flashlight in hand. As the beam cut through the darkness, it fell on something strange. A motorcycle stuck high up in a tree. The ground below looked disturbed, as if someone had set a trap. Was it an accident, a cry for help, or something darker hiding in the shadows? No updates were given, and no one knows what really happened that night. A wildlife enthusiast caught a bear on his trail camera in the Appalachian Mountains one day. But it wasn't just a regular bear. It only had 2 hind legs, forcing it to walk upright. At first, it looked a little eerie, especially being recorded in the Appalachian Mountains. But the trail cam owner soon realized it was just a disabled bear. It makes you wonder, could some of those blurry trail cam videos of unknown cryptids actually be deformed animals as well? A Reddit user was camping in the White Mountains of New Hampshire when he filmed something strange crawling near the tent. It moved like a living thread across the ground. Viewers identified it as a horsehair worm, a parasite that grows inside insects before emerging to live in water. The user said it gave them chills just watching it. Luckily, it wasn't harmful, just creepy enough to ruin a calm night at camp. Amateur photographer Mark Baker was sitting in his van near Guildford, England, testing his new camera timer. He wanted to capture the morning fog lifting, so he set the camera to automatically take photos. But when he got home and began reviewing the images, one photo stood out. In the center of the frame, a faint human-shaped figure appeared, pale, almost glowing through the mist. Mark swore he hadn't edited the image in any way. "The black specks are just dirt on my windshield," he said. "But whatever that is, it's far beyond the glass." The photo was taken at the Mount, one of Guildford's highest points, once used for public executions centuries ago. So was it just a trick of the light, or did Mark's camera capture one of the souls said to wander those misty hills? While backpacking deep in a remote forest at night, this man suddenly heard something unsettling. Footsteps trailing behind him. Something or someone was following in the dark. Instinctively, he stopped and checked his surroundings, and that's when he captured this. A white figure, slowly moving between the trees. He couldn't tell if it was just a person or something more sinister. But then again, coming across a person dressed like that, in the middle of nowhere, behaving so strangely, that might be the most disturbing possibility of all. Deep in Thailand's jungle, strange things are said to happen after dark. Whispers, songs, and eerie voices can be heard. A man spent the night alone in a wooden treehouse above the canopy, filming his trip. The night started like any other, until some eerie sounds drew closer. Then he saw this.
Hey!
Đấy,ผมโดนหลอกเนี่ย
How the situation unfolded after that is unknown. No one knows what it is. A disturbed woman wandering through the forest, a setup, something paranormal, or even a hoax. It doesn't matter. The footage is terrifying. One night, a man was staying by a lake when he noticed something strange on his outdoor camera. It showed what looked like a person standing at the end of his driveway. But when he tried to view the footage, it wouldn't load. His home was far from the road. No one should have been there. And when he looked outside, no one was in sight. He still left wondering who or what it could have been. Late at night, a lone motorcyclist rode through an empty road, his GoPro capturing everything. Suddenly, the silence of the night was broken by the faint sound of someone crying. As he followed the sound, he saw something strange on his right. A figure shaped like a woman, standing still in the dark. Before he could make sense of it, the figure faded away and vanished into thin air. A woman was hiking near Outland de Navarro, Mexico, when she heard this. It sounded close. She called out, and the voice replied.
Hola? Ay, no mames. Güey, ¿qué pedo?
few nights later, she returned with friends, hoping to find the source. But all they saw were faint lights and shadows moving in the dark. What was that voice? A few friends went ghost hunting for fun on an old Civil War trail in North Georgia. They filmed a light-hearted TikTok, laughing and joking the whole time. But later, when they played the audio back, they heard something strange.
Okay, is that you? What's our temp reading? Wait, it's still going off like crazy.
Is that you making everything go crazy? Yes.
You heard what?
It's 68 now.
It's rising.
It's rising like crazy.
That's
Look at
crazy.
the rods. Oh my god. Are you walking around? It said yes.
In the background, faint barking can be heard, and right before the video cuts off, children's voices echo through the woods. The group swore they hadn't seen or heard anything at that moment. So who or what was making those sounds in the dark? On October 2nd, 2024, YouTuber Saucy Seth went camping near Tower 12, a decaying watchtower inside Cape Henlopen State Park, a place surrounded by eerie stories. He parked his car in a deserted lot, lit by only 2 lamps. Even while sitting in his car, he already felt uneasy.
It's like 9:30 right now, and it's pitch black outside. I'm gonna be so freaking honest with you guys. Like, I'm scared right now. It's like just now hitting me that I'm the only person out here. Like, I'm in this parking lot, this sketchy parking lot. There's like 2 lights, and I'm the only person in this parking lot. I don't know if I'm just like, if my brain is playing tricks on me, but I feel like I can hear everything outside right now. You know, just thinking about the stories and all the experiences out here. Like, I don't know if they're real or not, or, you know, but hopefully I can just get in there, walk around, check it out, and then leave. I'm gonna be watching Stella, making sure she's good, but we're gonna do it because I said I was gonna do it. I'm here. Yeah, let's go. Stella, you ready? Alright.
Still, he decided to walk the trail with his dog, Stella. But the closer they got to the tower, the colder the air became.
I don't know if you guys can tell. It's raining right now. Guys, my heart is beating so fast right now. We're going down the trail. I don't know. I don't really have a flashlight. Okay, the watchtower is up here. I'm gonna show you guys Stella so you can see her, how she's reacting right now. But the watchtower is over there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's raining right now, and this is I'm not gonna lie, like, I definitely feel like a very dark energy around here. Hell nah, bro. The energy around this just does not feel right. Alright, guys. I gotta get out of here. What was that? Shh. I'll run. Still. Go.
Seth's heart started pounding. Something about that place just didn't feel right. The next day, he reviewed his footage. Nothing unusual appeared on camera, but that unsettling feeling never went away. And that's not all. Watch this next video for more.